Welcome and hello to ACCE's Winter e-Tour. Today is February 15th and we're just so glad you can join us all today. I am Sarah Melby, Director of Information Research, and I'm happy to welcome you to this e-Tour. During the webinar, we'll have an overview of the many membership benefits and resources we have on our ACCE website, plus many of our in-person networking and information resources. With me today are Holly South, my fellow Director of Information and Research, Susan McGuire, our Manager of Professional Development and Programs, and Dana Ketterling, ACCE's Resource Development Officer. We're really pleased to be here today for our e-tour. Before we begin, I have just a few housekeeping items. First, all attendees are in listen-only mode during the webinar to avoid background noise. If you do have a question, please use the question function in the webinar panel. Second, we will have time for questions at the end of the webinar. You can use the question function on the webinar. The question box is in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and you can just type in your question and we'll see them, repeat the question aloud, and provide an answer when we get to the end of the webinar. If we do run out of time to answer all of your questions during this 45-minute webinar, we'll answer them individually after the webinar is over. You can also email HERO, H-E-R-O, at acce.org, or use our Ask ACCE reference desk service, and we'll definitely get to your questions. Third, the webinar today is being recorded and should be up on the ACCE website within the next day or so, along with a link to our Fast Facts Guide. You can also download the Fast Facts Guide as a handout from the webinar panel. So all you have to do now is sit back, watch, and listen. So let's begin the tour. I'd like to begin by giving you a roadmap of the ACCE website, starting with the basics such as how to log into the site and review and update your membership information. And then we'll talk a little bit more about information resources. So let's begin with the page. And at the top of the homepage are the 5 categories of information on our website. Under About, you can use this to find out more about ACCE staff, our board, our history, our location, our mission, and our vision. And we also have professional development, and Susan will be talking about this a little bit later. And then networks, Dana will cover these opportunities to learn and network with your ACCE colleagues. And then information, which is our HERO service, and fringe benefits, and Holly will cover these topics. Our homepage is frequently updated with news you can use and event listings, including upcoming webinars, division roundtables, and more. If you scroll down further and click on More Events, you'll see a complete listing of ACCE online events, as well as other chamber-related conferences and programs that we know about as well. Finally, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see our list of official corporate sponsors. You can click on any of the logos listed here for more information about our sponsors. And then if you go back up to the top of our website, you'll see the login, and we'll talk about how to log into the ACCE website. So to access many of ACCE's information, resources, and benefits, you will need your own individual username and password to log into the ACCE website. You can log in the upper right-hand corner of the ACCE homepage or any of the pages on our website. Each member of your chamber should have his or her own username and password. And if you don't know your username or password, you can request it from us by clicking on Login. And a note will pop up asking you to click here to retrieve your password information. You can also contact us by using Ask ACCE from the menu or information section, which we'll show you in a bit. And that's if you don't have your password and need help, we're happy to get that set up for you. So once you're logged into the website, you can click on the red lines next to the menu button and then on to My Account. And this is provides access to information and resources about your ACCE membership. This information includes products you've purchased through the ACCE store, events you are registered for, and information on your membership. And we'll look at this membership link in a little bit more detail. And you can also access information on our dynamic chamber benchmarking operations and salary surveys. You can update your chamber staff information, search for a fellow ACCE member in the ACCE membership directory, or click on the networking button for even more networking options. And those of you who have organization admin access established, you can keep your staff roster up to date right here on the My Account area, and issue each staff person their own individual ACCE login. So CEOs are already set up as org admins, and if you are not the CEO and you would someone on your staff where you would like to be added as an org admin, let us know and use the contact information in Ask ACCE. Once the staff roster is updated, our system will send out a welcome email with login information. As you can see, there is more information here, so please take a few minutes when you have a chance to review what is available under My Account. So now we're going to take a little bit closer look at the My Membership link. If you click on My Membership, you'll see a couple of options here. You can update your personal information, where you can show your update and show your personal preferences, including your professional interest areas. This way, you'll get emails from us on roundtable discussions, webinars, newsletters, and other information of interest to you. This is also where you can sign up for ACCE divisions. To update your professional interest areas, scroll down to the professional interest area, then click on Edit. You can click or unclick any division or interest area that you're interested in, and then you can click Save. So under My Membership, you can also change your username and password in this section, and more options as well. So we're going to head back to our ACCE homepage because I want to make sure you know how to contact us. There are a number of different ways to get in touch with ACCE staff. In the upper right-hand corner of any page on the website, you can click the red lines next to the menu and then click on Ask ACCE. Or you can get to Ask ACCE from our information menu. You can also use our staff directory to get in touch with anyone on the ACCE staff. And to get to the staff directory, you click on About, hover over Who We Are, and then click on Staff. You'll see all the ACCE staff with emails and phone numbers. The Who We Are page is also where you can get information on ACCE's history, our vision and mission, the ACCE Board of Directors, the ACCE's Strategic Plan and Horizon Investors Program, as well as past board chairs. The About page is where you can also see information on our members, excuse me, including ACCE membership directory and the business directory. Or you can download the ACCE member logo for your own membership. Pardon me. We also have information on our affiliates, as well as more information on Join ACCE. So that is basic information about ACCE's website, and on to talk about networks is Dana Ketterling. Pardon me. Dana, can you take it away?
Sure, thank you. Hi, it's great to have everyone joining us today. I'm going to take you on a quick tour of our member directories and networks, and would be happy to answer any questions you might have following the tour. So let's start with our member directory. Within the member directory, you can search for individual members or chambers, and you can email members through the directory too. We also have a separate business directory where you'll find our official corporate sponsors, as well as business members and consultants who serve our industry. Additionally, some offer affinity programs designed to generate non-dues revenue, and many of them exhibit during our annual convention, which is always a great place to meet them personally. Now let's take a look at our networks. We wanted to extend an invitation to join our networks, and we're looking forward to connecting you. Our community peer groups are specifically designed for CEOs to build peer relationships within groups that are organized by community type and size. With in-person meetings and exclusive online networks, our peer groups are really lively sources of emerging trends and innovative work being done, and we welcome your involvement. You can view the roster for each one of our peer groups through the link provided, and you can also email an individual directly through the roster too. Let's review divisions next, another great way to connect. Divisions are open to everyone and are truly your home base. They're organized by job function, as you can see, to help you connect with your closest counterparts. You can also locate Advisory Council or community members by clicking on the appropriate links located within each division info page, and you can also send individual email messages directly to division members. Division advisory boards are the origin for most of our webinars, convention workshops, our surveys, and online content. To join a specific division, you can just follow the links shown on each division page to sign up, or you can also sign up through your account under the heading My Membership and then update personal information as you saw earlier. Once you join, you'll receive e-news specific to that particular division, invitations to webinars on related topics, and also invitations to schedule division conference calls. We have a wide variety of divisions available with opportunities for involvement, and we welcome you to connect with peers who also share common interests with you. In addition to our divisions and peer groups, we've also set up a presence on many social networking websites. Our online forums, answers, and connections are just a click away. We have several group channels on LinkedIn, and we hope you'll join one or more of our groups. Some of our divisions have their own LinkedIn groups, which you'll find within each of the individual division pages. There are thousands connected to our LinkedIn groups with great discussions and networking to engage in. Our main group, as well as our membership and communications forums, are the largest and most active Q&A platforms in our industry. We also have a page on Facebook, an ACC YouTube channel, and a Twitter general account from our president, Mick Fleming. If you're not already part of a group, we invite you to join in the conversation. Additionally, we want to thank everyone already participating for the great contributions that you make and the valuable expertise you're sharing. We have so many ways to network and grow, and we thank you again for the opportunity to highlight our networks with you. We'd love to have your involvement. If I can personally answer any questions, please reach out anytime by email or phone. It's always a pleasure to assist, and I look forward to your calls and emails. Thanks so much, and back to you.
Thank you, Dana. As you can see, there's a gold mine in ACCE's networks. Again, this webinar is being recorded, so you'll have reference points to come back to, and we'll take questions at the end of the presentation. So next on to Susan McGuire, Manager of Professional Development and Programs, and she will talk about professional development opportunities here at ACCE.
Well, hello everyone. Thanks, Sarah. I'm so happy you all could join us today. I'm going to cover a lot of ground in this part of the webinar, but if you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me after the webinar. I would be so happy to talk with you more. First, I'm going to say a few words about our online education program, which is called ACC University Online. ACC University Online includes online e-courses, recorded convention, and other training workshops and webinars. You can access all of these offerings most easily by clicking on Professional Development at the top of any website page and then on ACC University Online. You can find e-courses here. These are online courses taught by respected chamber members and educators. Click on any of the courses to find a more complete description and purchase them if you'd like. You can stop and start e-courses at any time and view them as many times as you like, and you and anyone on your staff can access them. Also included in our e-courses are recorded convention and other training sessions, including topic area tracks and individual sessions from our 2016 convention in Savannah. We also have convention tracks and individual sessions for past conventions from 2012 to 2015. Our e-courses, including our recorded convention workshops, are offered for a fee that varies according to your membership type. You'll need your ACC username and password to purchase them. Note that if you've purchased an ACC All Access Pass, the e-courses are included within the pass, and they are also included within the Horizon Investor benefits. So in these two cases, you or anyone in your chamber will be able to access them for no additional fee. It's worth mentioning that we are offering our 2016 convention sessions, both our tracks and our individual sessions, and a best of convention at great prices. For instance, our popular 60 Ideas in 60 Minutes membership session is just $5 and includes a written summary of all of the great ideas presented. We also have many free recorded webinars within the ACC Online catalog. The easiest way to access them is to go to ACC University Online page, click on Webinars, and then just scroll through and click on the icon for any webinar of interest. All of the recorded webinars are included with your membership, so there is no additional fee for you or anyone in your chamber. Webinars are usually about an hour long. Where presentation materials have been made available to us, we've also posted those right here on the webinar page, and you can download them for free. We've done a number of new webinars over the past several months, including webinars on downtown development, development planning for chambers, a number of webinars on various membership sales topics, U.S. Chamber accreditation, talent and workforce development, and much more. We'll also be doing additional live webinars throughout the year, along with conference call roundtable discussions. So to get to our schedule of those events, you want to start again on professional development, hover over events, and then click on events calendar. You'll see that our next webinar will be on Thursday, February 23rd, so a week from tomorrow, and it will be the next in our 2016 Chamber of the Year Award winner webinar series. The webinar will be led by Chris Romer of the Vail Valley Partnership, who will present on his Chamber's award-winning cross-community branding effort. ACC sends out a regular weekly e-blast on Mondays, so we hope you've seen that. And that includes links to upcoming webinars and roundtable calls, along with individual e-blasts announcing our webinar. So you'll also get individual e-blasts for each webinar. So you can click on the registration lists in these e-blasts to register for the webinars. There is no charge to participate in ACC webinars, and you do need to register for them beforehand, just as you did for this webinar. And to do that, you'll need your ACC membership ID number. Next, you should know that in addition to our online offerings, we have several major in-person training sessions each year. And our biggest event of the year, our biggest in-person event of the year, is our annual convention. That's held every summer, and this year's convention will take place from July 16th to 19th. And 2017 in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're very excited about that. Information on the convention is on our website, and you can get to it right from the home page. Click on the sliding tile right on our home page, and you can see it. You'll see that you can already book a room at one of the convention hotels. And registration for the convention will open on March 6th. Plans are underway for another amazing few days of networking education, and we certainly hope you can join us. You will want to check back to this page, as we'll be updating it often over the next few months with more convention information. In the meantime, note that you can get handouts from our 2016 convention in Savannah by clicking on Professional Development, hovering over Annual Convention, clicking on 2016 post-convention materials, and then scrolling down to session resources. You'll see the session handouts and other resources that have been made available. The handouts we provided are from some of our most popular programs, and they're complimentary, so please take a look. Just a quick note that our next in-person training, even before convention, is going to be our annual sales training conference, which will be on March 9th through 10th in St. Louis. We are at this point at registration capacity for the training, but if you'd like to be placed on a waiting list in case we do have openings, and that happens sometimes, please let us know. You can check out the agenda for that training here, and just click on where it says please click here if you'd like to be placed on the waiting list. But even if you cannot attend the sales training, there are many, many opportunities for education and networking for membership professionals here at ACCE. So I'm going to take a quick detour to talk about those. The starting place for this learning is our Membership Development Division page, which you can get to by clicking on Networks, hovering over Divisions, and clicking on Membership Development Division. On this page, you'll see links to our Chamberpedia information office pages on membership topics, links to our recent MDDE newsletters, and we'll have the latest one up soon from February 2017. We have links to recorded webinars on membership topics. You can also download copies of selected sales training conference handouts from previous years, and you can listen to our great and very lively membership roundtable calls. You can also join our active membership sales LinkedIn group through this page as well. If you're a member of a membership development division, or we call it MDD, you'll get the e-newsletters, and you'll also get e-blasts when we schedule webinars or roundtable discussions for membership professionals. To join the MDD, click on divisions@acce.org, or update your profile online to add the MDD to your profile by clicking on Update Your Profile Status Online. You'll need your ACC username and password to access the page. If all else fails, please just email me at smcguire, SMCGUIRE, @acce.org, and I will get you signed up for the MDD. Note that on the MDD page, you can also access information about the Circle of Champions program. The Circle of Champions is part of the MDD and is a recognition program for chamber sales professionals. It sponsors 2 recognition programs, our annual sales contest and our Lifetime Achievement Award program. You can find out more information about both by clicking where indicated on the Circle of Champions page. To join the Circle of Champions, click on Enroll Your Sales Team Today and fill out the online form. That form will make its way to me, and I will get you signed up. If you have any questions about the Circle of Champions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Next, I'm going to switch gears a bit, and I want to show you quickly how to get information on the many prestigious awards that are presented at our annual convention. You want to click on Professional Development, hover over Awards, and you'll see the major categories of awards that are presented each year. You can scroll down and see some more short descriptions of those. If you click on any of the links there, you'll find out more information about the award requirements, due dates, and contact people at ACCE who can provide more information. One note, the first requirement for our Chamber of the Year Award is to submit information about your chamber through our dynamic chamber benchmarking process. Holly will be talking about that process, dynamic chamber benchmarking, a little bit later, but just to note that in order to participate in Chamber of the Year, you will need to submit your DCB numbers by March 1st, 2017. So please keep that date in mind if you're interested in that award. The last thing I'll touch on is our Certified Chamber Executive, or CCE program. The CCE is the only national certification for chamber professionals. It is available to chamber professionals who have 6 or more years of senior level management experience and are currently in a senior level chamber position. To find information about the CCE program, click on Professional Development and then on CCE. This section of the website contains information on timeline, eligibility requirements, the application, resources for applicants, and more. We'll also be offering a workshop on the CCE process at the convention, and we'll do a webinar on it later in the year. It's also worth noting that one of the requirements for the CCE is that you've accumulated over the course of your career a certain number of professional development points through education, networking, convention attendance, leadership roles at ACC or other chamber organizations, and so on. You acquire CCE points for every webinar or e-course you participate in and for attending any of our in-person trainings. And you get more points if you facilitate or present a webinar or at our conferences. So if you're working towards getting your CCE, when you participate in any of the professional development opportunities we offer here at ACCE. So please feel free to click on my name on this page, the CCE page, and send me an email if you have any questions about the CCE program. The application deadline for our 2018 class is January 8th, 2018, and I would certainly love to talk to you more about it if you're interested or may be interested in the future. Just 2 other final notes about professional development at ACCE. ACCE has a job posting board that you can access from the professional development page, and we also have a volunteer portal for those interested in volunteering for ACC committees or getting more involved in ACC in other ways. and you can click on either of those links to find more. You can also get to the Job Watch page right from the home page. There's a tile there. So that is a quick summary of ACC University Online and our other professional development resources. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or suggestions for professional development topics you'd like to see us offer in the future, or if you have any questions at all about any of these topics. Thanks again, everyone, and Sarah, back to you.
Thanks so much, Susan, and we really hope to see all of you at any of these upcoming professional development opportunities. So now we'll hear from Holly, my fellow Director of Information and Research, to learn about ACCE's information section and about how HERO can help you and your chambers. Take it away, Holly.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello all. I'm going to highlight some HERO resources for you today. HERO, as you can see up at the top, stands for Help, Expertise, Resources Online. Think of this as the ACCE library. And our goal with HERO is to make it easy for our members, any staff person at any chamber, regardless of type or size, to find relevant information to help you do your job. There are a number of ways that you can use HERO. Chamberpedia for strategic planning and best practices. Dynamic chamber benchmarking is a management tool to identify trends and to benchmark yourself against other chambers. And the samples library to find examples of chamber working documents like board member agreements and annual reports. I'm going to start with the samples library, where after some weeding, we have nearly 4,000 chamber working documents in here. Everything from magazines, marketing materials promoting chamber events, membership brochures, bylaws, job descriptions, annual reports, many other items, even award winners. And you can see on the side there that icon indicating that particular document won an ACE award, so an award for communications excellence. Samples are a great starting point for your research because you can download, edit, customize, some really excellent examples, saving you time. So how do you search for all this? We generally recommend starting with a broad search on one of our subject terms next to the browse by, and then narrowing your search results by typing in a keyword or by indicating a chamber revenue size. We get a lot of requests about what chambers of a particular size are doing in an area, and that's now an easy search in samples. So for example, if you need to hire a membership director, there's no need to start from scratch with your job description. You can just find one in samples that you like. And to do that, let's find the term for position descriptions. And I'm going to save you the time by telling you that would pull up more than 300 different job description samples. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in the keyword for membership and then hit, go. And that will pull up all the job descriptions that have some sort of role in membership, some sort of membership responsibilities. And you can just see through here just the variety of positions and the chambers that have submitted documents in this area. So with samples, we are regularly adding new documents, always looking for more examples of excellent resources. If you have something that you're extra proud of, a piece that's been really effective for your chamber, please send that to hero@acce.org, and we'll include that in your samples library, and that will help all of our members. The samples also make up a large part of Chamberpedia, which is our best of compilation in the 13 topics that we focus on at ACCE that chambers work on. So from communication to diversity to education and workforce development, government relations, membership. Membership is actually one of our largest areas. So I'm going to go in here. There are several topic pages under membership, of which retention is one, and about 130 or so pages altogether in Chamberpedia. On these pages, you'll find ACCE, Chamber, and other expert resources. So relevant research, chamber best practices, in this case, retention programs that have been really effective for those chambers. Samples, so membership retention policies and plans, correspondence with members, the renewal and dropped member letters, examples of some membership surveys, including an exit survey, why these members chose not to rejoin, articles and blog postings on the topic of retention. I mentioned expert resources. Kathy Kite's a great example on all things membership and has been kind enough to share her resources with ACCE, as well as books and ebooks that we recommend, and then resources from our convention, our seminars, videos, webinars, resources from ACCE University, so handouts and presentations, and then related chamber PBA pages. So if you're interested in membership retention, you may also be interested in checking out one of these pages that would have additional information that would help you with your retention policy, for example. As with samples, we're always looking for our members' input and knowledge to help us add to these pages, whether it's ideas for a new one, resources to add to an existing page. You can also rate any of the pages you see, and that takes you just a moment, but it's really valuable feedback for us. Right, I'm going to switch now to dynamic chamber benchmarking, which, if you're not familiar, is the ACCE Operations and Salary Survey rolled into one platform. This provides data comparisons, membership statistics, and custom reports, all of which show how your chamber compares with its peers as well as your performance over time. So members can use this for board reports, staff retreats, and strategic planning. And it's all free to chambers that complete 50% or more of the surveys. So by entering your data, you are able to unlock free access to data comparisons and custom reports that you can download, as well as our free operations, salary, and membership statistics reports. You can update or enter your data anytime. There are no deadlines except the one that Susan mentioned. The Chamber of the Year Award for survey participation is March 1st. So something to keep in mind if that is on your radar. As you can see, the platform is composed of 3 sections. We ask that you start with chamber profile before moving on, because the other 2 sections pull from that, the numbers and calculations from that section. A salary survey is open only to CEOs or their delegates, but all staff have access to the data entry and analysis portions of the operations survey. So just to show you what the data entry looks like, I'm going to go into chamber profile just so you can see an example of the questions that we ask, the explanatory, the help tips that we offer to explain exactly what we're trying to gather here. If you haven't yet participated, I wanted to point out a feature it's called Copy Prior Year Data. And this permits you, once you've participated in 1 year of dynamic chamber benchmarking, you can go to the next year, hit Copy Prior Year Data, and all of the fields will be populated with your responses from the previous year. We know that a lot of these answers aren't going to change much, if all, from year to year, so this will save you a lot of time. You just hit Copy Prior Year and then edit, update your numbers as needed. The first year of dynamic chamber benchmarking will take some work, but know that we are here with our support resources via chat down here. As you can see, we're offline because we're here, but we're always available to help you through this, to help you with your data entry, to figure out exactly the kind of information you need, and then how to take advantage of the work that you've done. But then know that each subsequent year will get easier and easier. So again, this is the data entry page, but then once you've entered your data, what can you do with it? I want to show you that in the operations survey, which is a little more information, and I'll just go into financial. So you want to select Compare Chambers, select the module you're interested in, and you can see how your answers stack up against everyone else who's participated. So these are my chamber responses highlighted here against the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles. And then you can click on these icons to the right to produce a slide or graph to insert in a presentation. Again, just like the data entry pages, but just showing how your numbers measure up. Now this is against all of the other chambers in the system, so 300 some. You may very well want to narrow that group a little bit, and that is where the filters come in. So for example, you can change your organizational function to chamber only. You could change your population service area to say 100 to 200. Just hit apply and then just see how much that narrows that group. So that takes you down to 78 accounts. That may be a little big, but you can all just see for demonstration how that changes the number performance here. So again, compare chambers, the raw data, how you measure up. If you want to see the calculations, that's where you want to go into the reports and charts. If you've applied any filters, those will show up in any reports that you download. You can also clear them. if you want to do that by just going back to the defaults and then hit apply to save. So the free reports that you have in the operations survey are the operations report, the trend report, the membership statistics, and the chamber report card, which is our newest report that we've added to dynamic chamber benchmarking. And I'm going to show you that first. This is just a nice one-page report. You get staffing, membership, finance statistics at a glance. Again, you can see your chamber's responses, your percentiles, and then how you stack up against everyone else in this benchmarking group. And then the second page just has some explanatory information explaining some of the terms that we use. And then another report I just wanted to point out to you is our operations survey. So this is much more extensive. There are, I think, about 37 slides in this report. I've just forwarded ahead to the retention slide so you can see what these look like. Your chamber data will be highlighted on the graph. So my chamber response, 80% retention, which you can see down here, puts me in the 17th percentile. And then you can see what 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles look like in account retention. We also have slides on dues retention, first-year member retention, and then some more membership statistics. So number of new members, canceled members, total member accounts. And there's much more within this report. So please do take a look and investigate it a little yourself. So dynamic chamber benchmarking, as I said, may seem like a lot when you first look at it, but we have a number of support resources in addition to chat. Just go up to this tab up here. You can find a page that Sarah and I compiled called Working with Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, in addition to our Quick Start Guide and Data Collection Worksheet, which is really useful if there's more than one staff member entering data in the survey. And again, our chat service is available when we're working, and you can also email us anytime. So back to the information portal, and I just wanted to point out a few more research resources for you, which you can find under information and then more resources. So here you'll find the Horizon Initiative, the reports, the videos, supplementary information relating to the reports, our membership statistics report, which I mentioned earlier, the operations report, just another way to get to those resources, links to our webinars, our toolkits on CEO hiring, disaster preparedness, our quick polls, which are a series of polls we do a year on a variety of topics like human resources, chamber events, office building locations. We have one now on capital campaigns, so if you haven't yet participated in that, please consider doing that. And these aren't scientific, but they're just a really good snapshot of what chambers are doing in a particular area, sort of the trends that we're seeing on in these areas. And then another one I wanted to highlight is Topics A to Z. This is a great place to go when you just don't know where to find whatever it is you're looking for. So for example, we get a lot of questions on mergers, which the source of that information may not jump out at you. Go to Topics A to Z and you can see two links. These are both Chamberpedia pages, but we've compiled them here just to make it easier for you to find that information. And this just helps you to orient yourself to our resources in a particular area. I also wanted to show you where to find Chamber Executive Magazine. I hope that you're getting at least one print copy in your office, but you can also find the full text online. The winter issue is currently available on our website here. And then if you want to browse previous issues, you can do that in the issue archive or the article archive search. And these Chamberpedia articles are also highlighted, the Chamber Executive articles are also highlighted in Chamberpedia. And then my last stop in the information portal is Ask ACCE, which is our virtual reference desk. I mentioned you should think of HERO as the ACCE library. Sarah and I are both librarians, so please ask away. Here is our contact information down here. And then below, if you scroll down, are frequently asked questions. So some do-it-yourself reference, everything from how to change your username and password, information on getting involved in certificates of origin, learning more about the CCE program. So a variety of Q&A there. So just to summarize, you can tap into HERO to find sample documents pertaining to running your chamber, chamber best practices, data to benchmark your chamber against others. These are all resources that will make it easier to do your job. And if I just leave you with one thing, it's that don't hesitate to ask us. That's why we're here. So that does it for HERO, for the information portal. But I wanted to briefly run through our employee benefits for CEO and staff, which you can find under that Fringe Benefits tab there. ACCE's Benefits Trust is a group of your peers, offers ACC members access to high-quality, affordable retirement and group insurance plans. You can see those listed here. The group insurance programs include life, disability, dental, vision, travel, and the newest offering, which is telemedicine. And an added benefit for chambers participating in any of these is access to Think HR, which provides free direct access to human resources experts via phone or email. They also have a large HR library and 200 employee training courses. But just to emphasize, you also have access to a large library of human resources samples like position descriptions, pay schedules, vacation forms, and much more within the samples library that I showed you on the ACC website. But if you have questions about Fringe Benefits, please contact Stacy Breslin for more information. And that does it for me. Back to you, Sarah.
Thanks so much, Holly. So you've all learned about ACCE's resources and benefits and information, samples library, operations survey, salary survey, and much, much more. So I just want to say thanks to all my wonderful colleagues, Susan and Dana and Holly, for showing us all about ACCE's benefits. So we do have a few minutes for questions now. I had one question earlier, and we can show you where the answer is. So the question was about the previous benchmarking webinar, and we've had a couple of benchmarking webinars, and Holly will show us where to get that from the information tab. If you click information, more resources, and then here are webinars, we have a list of recordings here from the past basically couple of years, including our previous e-tours, just like this, and dynamic chamber benchmarking webinar series that we've continued to offer since basically we launched dynamic chamber benchmarking. So the last one, they are listed in chronological order, and so dynamic chamber benchmarking, we had one in December, and that was highlighting our key performance indicators, the new report card that Holly was just showing you. That was offered in December, and then the other one was in January, and that was with Kathy Height, our membership expert, who is also at the Greater Austin Chamber. So the previous one, I believe, that the person was just asking about is the January 18 one, and again, that was Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking Series number 13, Benchmarking Best Practices with Kathy Height. So you can always access these previous recordings. The HERO team is also available to meet with you individually through a web meeting or, again, by phone. And as Holly pointed out, we are also available on chat and as well as email. And email you can use Ask ACCE service or just email us at HERO, HERO, at acce.org. So that was one question. I think I haven't seen any others come up. We still have several folks dialed into the webinar. So now is the time to ask any question for any of our staff. And if you think of a question after the webinar, always feel free to get in touch with us as well. So I don't see any other questions coming in. We'll give it another minute. And again, we just want to say thank you so much for your time today, and the webinar has been or is in the process of being recorded, and we will have this available on the ACCE University page, and we'll have that within a few days or so. So that will also include the Fast Facts Guide, and that was also available in the handouts panel of your GoToWebinar panel here. And okay, here we do have another question. Thank you. Let's see here. So there's a one is asking, is there a way to attract more smaller chambers to participate in the benchmarking with smaller budgets? And that's a great question, and the answer is yes. We're actually working on that. So you'll see when you do some comparisons, you can do some revenue filters, and you'll see those numbers have increased. Thanks to some of we actually have a HERO task force that helps the HERO team here at ACCE, and the number of the chambers on that HERO task force are smaller chambers who have been doing individual outreach with all of you. If you would also like to encourage your peers of similar chamber size to participate in dynamic chamber benchmarking surveys, please reach out to HERO and we'll be happy to help connect you to peers. So Susan, I think, let's see, we can follow up with you and show you some more filter options. So we'll send you an email there about attracting more chambers of your size. So we'll get some details there. Any other questions? Just watching here. Questions or thoughts or comments, feel free to go ahead and post that now. And my colleagues, is there anything else you would like to add before we start today?
No, just thank everyone for joining us and being online, and we look forward to getting your emails and your calls.
Yes, same here. Thanks everyone for joining us. Appreciate it, and contact us if you have any questions.
Thank you. Thanks, colleagues. So I don't see any other questions, but you know how to reach us. And so thank you again for all of your time today, and we wish you a great afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.